Cosmic Girl 101 starting on for the video about the upcoming Jupiter-Uranus conjunction. This conjunction occurs in the sign of Taurus on April 20 of 2024, so it's coming up pretty fast, and this video is for all signs of the zodiac. So conjunction in a nutshell is when planets come together at the same degree in the same sun sign. So on this day, this upcoming conjunction, we've got planet Uranus and Jupiter connecting in the sign of Taurus. So a little bit about Jupiter. Jupiter is known as the greater benefic in ancient astrology and also connected to the words and character associations being jovial, which is happy, optimistic. It's about knowledge, increase, and it's life-giving. And Jupiter is a planet that is all about planting seeds and spreading, expansive. That's why it's got that connection to the word increase. It wants to grow. Uranus is an outer planet, so it's further from our planet Earth. And like philosophically speaking, from my astrological perspective, Uranus being an outer planet has a lot more privilege in regards to considering the bigger picture. And that may come off as odd and different, because it probably is, because it's got a wider lens than other planets. But in general, Uranus is known as a planet that is opposing, so it shakes up the status quo. It's not habitual. It's challenging. It's about shock and awe, so abrupt and swift, and also odd, so peculiar associations and words connected to planet Uranus. So the conjunction's happening in the sign of Taurus. So let's talk a little bit about what Taurus is. What's the sign of Taurus about? Taurus is a fixed spring earth feminine sign. So in short, Taurus is receptive. It likes to receive light and is all about tilling the soil, planting seeds and growing things for the future. You know, chop wood, carry water metaphor. Just keep on keeping on. The daily grind, being conservative, practical, the day-to-day necessary actions that feel familiar, that give us a sense of comfort and joy, because familiarity and doing things that are daily, this is something that is ingrained in us, that makes us feel purposeful, and we need to keep on keeping on, because spring is the time when you've got more energy and you really are prepared to, you know, do all the heavy lifting in the sign of Taurus for sure. It's very practical, conservative, and this sign is all about being, again, receptive. It's open. It's all about receiving, the sign of Taurus. So when we tie all these connections and characters together and all these associated words together, what does it mean for this conjunction on this day that this video is about? I liken this as Jupiter connecting with planet Uranus to have a conversation. And the conversation is going to be all about Jupiter's experience in the sign of Taurus, what he has tried to impart and inject with his energy and wisdom in the sign of Taurus, and letting Uranus know the journey to date, the experience, how it's been for Jupiter. And Uranus, no doubt, is going to be very possibly thrown off by Jupiter's optimism and vision for the future, because Uranus's experience is going to be very different, because Uranus has a different it's a different person in hyphen. It's a different planet. So they're very different guys coming together, sitting down, having a coffee and a chat about what's gone down in the sign of Taurus. I liken this day as not being overly abrupt. I just think it's going to be about these guys coming together and going, okay, what can we do together? What do we do now moving forward? Because these guys are going to keep on moving forward in the sign of Taurus. Or what do we do with all of our experiences today about shaking up the ground, the tried and true road that feels so comfortable, but we need to inject this optimistic change that feels odd and uncomfortable. How do we keep doing this? And let's get a theory together and let's actually make something happen. So what the planets are actually doing on this day at the conjunction is they're trying to impart wisdom and trying to dissect and give each other a lot of intel about the sign of Taurus. And for you particular, whoever's listening here, this conjunction is occurring in a particular sign, a particular house in your own personal birth chart. So I do have sun sign little horoscopes at the end of the video to let you know where this transit has been occurring for you and what this means for you and what house this has been occurring. So when you do listen to it, you won't be surprised. I think you'd be unsurprised because Uranus and Jupiter have been in the sign of Taurus for nearly a year together. So it's basically not our first rodeo. So you won't be too surprised. What may be beginning for you though, because it's beginning something new on this day, because we're talking about planets having very different perspectives about their journey and what they do and their character associations, but it sets us in a new direction with new wisdom and knowledge for sure. And what you're doing is you're basically prepared to change. You're prepared to initiate something new when you have this conjunction wherever it's happening in your chart. So this day for me as an astrologer, these guys having a cuppa. They're, it's like, give us the deets. What's the intel? What do we need to know? Moving forward, and we're ready. And Jupiter will certainly inject the optimism and the visionary aspect for the future for you, whatever house this is occurring in. And Uranus, well, he's definitely going to be very open and possibly challenging Jupiter's optimistic outlook. But I think this basically is setting the stage for a new beginning, whatever sign and whatever house placement this is happening for you. So as an astrologer, I don't think this is a shocking day. I think this is a day of acceptance, optimism, and a vision from learned experience about your future when it comes to the Taurus house in your chart. So we're now going to get into the sun sign zodiac aspects of this video. I hope you got some value here today. And yeah, I hope you have a fantastic day on the 20th of April. Expect the unexpected. Well, sure, welcome to planet Earth. There's always something that can give us almost a sense of a curveball being thrown at us. But in particular, I wouldn't be dropping into the hype because there's a lot of saturation on social media about this conjunction. I'd be very cautious, Taurian, and very grounded, Taurian, when it comes to looking at this conjunction on this day for you. So let's have a look at the sun signs and what's coming up. Thanks for tuning in. I'll catch you next time on Cosmic Girl. Now, let's get into the sun sign zodiac. Aries, this is occurring in your second house, this conjunction on the 20th of April. Aries, I think you are accepting. I think you're receptive and open to different possibilities and a lot of intelligence, experience, and awareness about how to build self-confidence, self-worth, and self-value when it comes to your own personal appearance, your character, and how you're seen and known. I think there is something quite optimistic occurring for you that's going to need you to be on board, Aries, to accept that you need to do things differently and not fight against things so much about what you know. And this is about there's something going on with your financial vibration frequency that needs to shift and change that is going to improve you internally and externally. Taurus, this conjunction occurs in your first house. So Taurus, I think you're ready to basically move into a different direction when it comes to your perspective on your physical body. So think of it as like a case, like I might get into tattooing, or I might get into bodybuilding, or I might change something up and do something really odd. And I think you're ready. I think you've been ready for some time, but I think this is the initiation part where you feel you're more confident about changing things up about your physical body. And I also think your character's been transforming slowly for some time in regards to Uranus working its magic in your sign. And Uranus is about that shock and awe and doing things abrupt. So you may need the shake-ups and disruptions in your life to take you in a different space than you thought was going to be your reality in the future. And your reality is, and your future is, completely transforming how you're seen and known by other people and your physical body. So this day basically just gives you the cosmic green light to go, I'm on the right track. I'm ready to really expand and ready to do something completely new and almost otherworldly. I like it for the Taurus. Gemini. So this conjunction, this day, this conversation is all about setting basically the green light, ready, set, go to end things for you. So it's not your first rodeo when you have this conjunction, Gemini. It's almost instinctual. Something's been building and brewing for some time beneath the surface, whether it be psychologically, physically, spiritually, a relationship, friends, anything. You're done, you're over, and you know it. So this day basically gives you that cosmic green light to go, yep, I'm shedding my skin here, I'm over. I'm out of here. I feel good about making this decision. So Gemini, I see you being very confident about moving on. Cancer, this conjunction is occurring in your 11th house. And your 11th house is connected to like humanitarian pursuits and charity, how you get involved with community, people that you connect with that you actually want to connect with, but you are on the same page about a goal for the future. It's about your wishes, beneficiaries, people that actually support your career, they give you a leg up. So what I see here for you, Cancer, on this conjunction is you're ready to shake things up when it comes to what you do in community and how you connect with other people. You may be ready to, move on from a community. So you might be physically moving. And there might be a different outlook now in regards to what you thought was going to be your professional role in the world. And you might be ready to embark on something that's more entrepreneurial. So that's what I get for Cancer on this day. You're ready to possibly be a lot more independent when I see this conjunction for you in your 11th house. Leo, this is occurring for you, this conjunction in your 10th house. The 10th house is a very public house. It's where people see you and they know you for what you do. So whatever art or craft or just you physically, they know you. They see you, you're known by what you've done in your career and in the public. So it's your public reputation place. It's very visual. It's also connected to authority figures and officials. So Leo, I think that there's been something going on here for a very long time for you in regards to the 10th house. So on this day of the conjunction, you're basically giving yourself the thumbs up for changing things up in regards to your career. You're ready, and you might be ready to wind down a career path that you've been on for some time. It's like the beginning of the end. in regards to, you know, in a few more times, a few more years, I wouldn't be surprised if you go, you're done when Uranus finishes its transit in Taurus. But right now, I think you're ready to it's like, um, it's like the phoenix rising from the ashes. You're ready to burn something down to completely change how you're seen and known by others on the world stage through your career or what you do. So this I liken to being confident, Leo, which is an odd thing to say to a Leo, but is it really? It's just that confidence and optimism to be different and odd and shake up the status quo into hell and high water. You know, what the future outcome's going to be or how people perceive you, it doesn't matter. You have to be authentic to you, Leo, which I don't think you have trouble with, but I think you have trouble of getting out of the same old, because you're a fixed sign, Leo. You like the tried and true road as well as Taurus does because it feels comfortable. So I think you're ready to change things up completely. You might be really throwing the baby out with the bathwater when it comes to this day, or beginning throwing out the baby with the bathwater on this day in regards to your career and changing things up. Virgo, excuse me. Okay, so this conjunction is occurring in your 9th house. So if you're watching the video visually, you can see all these words and go, Jesus, there's a lot going on here. And you'd be right, because there's a lot going on in every single house in the zodiac wheel. Okay, so for Virgo, the conjunction this day basically sets a new tone and a new direction that feels possibly like you're pushing up against a wall, but it's like the knowledge is there and you know enough, you've experienced enough in the sign of Taurus that it's necessary, even though it feels like it's a bit of a reach or a push. And this is all about your religion aspect and spiritual philosophies of life. It's about law, higher education, gurus, teaching, foreign travel and lands, media and publishing. As I said, a lot going on here. But Virgo, you're ready. There's something really transforming here, and I think this has a lot to do with you being basically almost unfragile enough to change and have a breakthrough in regards to these 9th house topics, which is a lot. It's almost as if, Virgo, you really do have potential to push through some really, really old perceived barriers in regards to these 9th house topics. I think you're ready to expand, almost be like your opposite sign of Pisces, which is receptive and open and a conduit to spiritual perspectives and collectives and different energies. I think I liken this conjunction like that for you, Virgo, that you're just more open and receptive to doing something really odd and different that feels like you need to break through. So something's been jarring for a very long time here in this 9th house, but I think this is the day, the conjunction where you can give yourself a bit of a optimistic nudge forward and go for it. You can do this. So I like this for Virgo because I think we all need this conjunction in whatever part of us, whatever sign it's occurring for us in. But for you, Virgo, I like this. I like this conjunction, so enjoy it. Whatever's, just get out of the head, get into the body. And if you're in the body too much, get into the head. Like I said, I liken this as do Pisces. Go for it. Libra, this conjunction is occurring in your 8th house. Your 8th house is how you're entangled and connected with other people. So it could be partnerships of all kinds, or a relationship partner. It's to do with inheritance, debt. It's investments and finances, taxes and support through other people and other people's valuables. So this is not your first radio, Libra. This is about how you are connected with other people. And so this is setting off a new journey. It's like the acceptance of jumping on board with people and feeling quite aware that it might feel peculiar that you are connecting with someone financially. So Libra, I wouldn't be surprised if you have almost a new start, a new journey here with a partner in regards to intertwining with finances, because it's your financial house. The 8th house is very financial. On the flip side of this, Libra, and I'm going to give this to Libra and Libra only, to be fair. Libra, this day may see you detangling and moving away from financial interactions with other people. Scorpio, this conjunction is occurring for you in your 7th house. Very, very important house, the 7th house. It's an angular house, and angular houses are quite significant in our charts. So Scorpio, when you have this conjunction in your 7th house, this sets a new cycle in motion regarding contracts, negotiations, agreements, relationships, open enemies. So enemies that you actually know about and you can see, they're not hidden, and partnerships. Scorpio, there's something here that's trying to change. You could have an odd proposition or an odd vision in regards to a relationship, but you do you. We all have our own things and own agreements with our relationships and our connections intimately and professionally, etc., etc. But I think you're about to go into almost a new contractual stage. So for Scorpio, this, like I said, this might be have been brewing for some time, because Uranus and Jupiter have been traveling here in your 7th house of relationships. So I think for you, Scorpio, this is where the day that you go, okay, I'm ready to do something completely odd, different. It's not for everyone, but it's going to work for me, and especially my contracts, agreements, and my personal relationships. Sagittarius, this is occurring in your 6th house. The 6th house is about our health and daily habits, services we provide to other people. It's also pets, co-workers, work, sickness, and accidents. Yep, have to be transparent. This is what this house is connected with. So Sagittarius, what are we trying to begin when this conjunction happens? We're trying to overcome our perspective in regards to how we use our energy and expel it out to others. That almost feels ingrained and necessary. So Sagittarius, what are you trying to change here? There's something been going on for some time and you're just ready. So I think there's a lot of possible upsets or spanner in the works that you're going to be throwing at your in your workplace in regards to, I'm not available, I've done this all the time and I'm really changing my role. I liken it to things like that. But I think you've got a lot of education and wisdom behind you about understanding that you're ready to change something in regards to these 6 house topics. So go forward confidently, Sagittarius. Throw that spanner in the works in your workplace or how you provide services to other, because you may need to prevent sickness and accidents, and you may instinctually know through experience that if you don't change something up here, it's going to make you sick. So you do the wisdom that Jupiter's been imparting here in Taurus, and that is get out of the daily grind. It's too comfortable, and change something, Sagittarius. Capricorn, this conjunction is occurring for you in your 5th house. Ooh, delicious and juicy. Why do I say that? Because the 5th house is all about joy and pleasure and romance. It's also connected to athletics and sports, gambling, love, creativity. It's like things that we create, creative projects that really get our juices flowing, and we feel like we want to splash paint everywhere and we love it. You know, we're letting our freak flag fly and we're being children. We feel very optimistic and joyful in the 5th house. So for you, Capricorn, What are you trying to change in regards to taking risk and for just creation's sake? This is about you on this day, this conjunction, giving yourself the green light to be different and odd when it comes to expressing yourself, expressing your way of love, and how you connect with your partner, and just being ready to, yeah, take a risk with an investment. I'm not encouraging risky investments, but sometimes life is about that. So you just might be ready if you've been sitting and thinking conservatively for some time about an investment. This is the day where you might just go, I actually feel like I can take action now. And that's that Uranus kicking in, giving you the shove that you may need to, open up and expand that consciousness when it comes to those fifth house topics. So I think this is great for Capricorn when you've got this conjunction happening in your fifth house of pleasure. Aquarius, these conjunctions occurring in your fourth house. So this day sees the beginning of a new vision regarding home, real estate, property matters. So the fourth house is all about comfort and rest. It's where we feel serene. It's where we get our sanctuary. And also a lot to do with mother and father and ancestry, Aquarius. So for you, this has been possibly going on for some time, or when you're trying to find your home. What's your home? What do you consider home? And also to do with, how others connect with you in a home environment. So there's something like starting here. It's like the beginning of the end about a home environment for you, and especially real estate and property matters. And mother and father, interestingly enough, because mother and father are, blanket statement, they're the people that provide the stability and comfort in a home for you, and as a child at the very least. So your mother and father could have a lot to do with your concept of what a home is and what real estate and property. Yeah, I know it sounds odd, but I just think you're ready to, lay down your hat and call a place your home, and just ready to do something completely odd and different than the status quo regarding family and how they've done things. So I like this for you, Aquarius. You're about to, possibly just drop into different aspects of what you consider to be comfortable that provides safety and security for you in a home base. Pisces, this is occurring in your third house. The third house has a lot going on, and still all houses, but in general, it's about intellectual projects, writing and speaking, technology, local environment. It's where you move around a lot every day, like the daily grind, travel, siblings, and your tribe. It's who you connect with in your community every day. So Pisces, here's something that you might be very aware of, that you're giving yourself the cosmic green light to change your environment, change things up. It could be an awareness that's been brewing for some time through other people, obviously, but you intellectually, you might be changing your intellectual landscape. So you could have been, I don't know, learning something, maybe you're taking a course and you're ready to go forward confidently in a new direction and branch forward, but in a different way than you have for some time. So you might be changing things up acutely in regards to your third house environment, or things intellectual for you. And I think Pisces, I don't think find this day to be surprising. I just think it's the day where you go, yeah, I need to change something up here. I'm actually ready to expand and shake things up, and I feel good about it. So Pisces, I think you're in for a really good time for or really good space to take opportunities that take you out of the familiar. I think you need the shake up to get you out of the normal daily space. So I like this for you, Pisces. It's going to open things up. And hey, life has changed. Well done. Enjoy this conjunction. Okay, Cosmic Girl 101 signing off for the video about the upcoming conjunction. Life is all about change. It's our destiny. If we don't have change, there's nothing to experience, so we need the experiences. So going against the grain in this conjunction almost seems ridiculous and naive. That's how I liken it. So look, I just hope that you get some value from this video. But this conjunction, I think the most surprising thing is it won't be surprising. It's the beginning through experience and knowledge of what's been going on in your house. I'll catch you next video. Enjoy this conjunction. I'm Cosmic Girl 101 and I'm signing off.